Good day, class. Welcome to Scholars Universal Secondary School online class. Today, we are going to be learning living things habitats to be specific. At the end of this class, you should be able to measure the different habitats of living things, identify the living organisms found in different habitats, state various adaptive features of living things in their habitats, identify characteristics of organisms in the same habitat and what they have in common, mention types of relationship between organisms in the same habitat. I hope you will learn happily. Habitats. A habitat is the place where an organism lives. That is, the place where an organism finds itself always. That is its habitat. For example, the elephant here, the trees here, they are found on land, they live on land. Their habitat is land. The fishes in the water, they are always found inside the water, mostly inside the water. They live in water. Their habitat is water. The monkeys here, they are found on trees, therefore their habitat is tree. Animals and plants that live in a habitat are called its inhabitants. The elephant, the trees, they are inhabitants of the land. The fishes are inhabitants of water. The monkeys are inhabitants of the trees, are inhabitants of the trees. Types of habitats are aquatic, terrestrial, arboreal. If you look at the elephant here and the tree here, they are found on land, they belong to the terrestrial habitat. The fishes here, they are found inside the water, they belong to the aquatic habitat. The monkeys here are found on trees, they belong to arboreal habitat. Terrestrial habitats are habitats found on land. Aquatic habitats are habitats found inside water. Arboreal habitats are habitats found on trees or in the air. Aquatic habitat. This represents water areas of the environment such as rivers, sea, stream, ocean, etc., where plants and animals live. Plants and animals, if they can find themselves in water areas, that is, they belong to aquatic habitat. If you take a good look at the fish here, it is in the water, it is in water area, it is inside the water area, maybe the sea, the ocean, the river. Therefore, it belongs to the aquatic habitat. Aquatic habitats can further be subdivided into brackish, freshwater, and marine habitats, depending on the salt content of the water. Now, this aquatic habitat has been divided into brackish, freshwater, and marine habitat because of their salt content. The three different aquatic habitats, they have different salt content, so they are divided into this region. The brackish water, it is just the mixture of fresh water and the marine water. The fresh water has low salt content. The marine water has high salt content. Brackish water, it is also known as estuary. This aquatic habitat is a mixture of fresh and salt water. Take a good look at this place here. It's a mixture of fresh water and the salt water. This is sea and river. Can be found in bay, lagoon, etc. It is neither fresh nor salty. It has it is in between fresh water and salt water. Animals that you can find there are salmon, hermit crab, etc. It has higher salinity than fresh water and lesser salinity than marine water. That is, it has higher salinity than fresh water. Since we know that fresh water has low salinity of less than 1%, and it's just a mixture of less than 1% and high salt content, that is marine. It's just a mixture of fresh water which has less than 1% and marine water which has high salt content. Therefore, it will be in between fresh water and marine water. It is higher than fresh water and lesser than marine water. That is, it has higher salinity than fresh water and lesser salinity than marine water. Fresh water. This habitat has low salt content, usually less than 1%. The river, the pond, if you taste the water, you notice that it has very low salt content. It might not even have content at all. Examples are lakes, ponds, streams, rivers, etc. These are good examples of freshwater habitat. The river, the pond. The organisms that you find in this type of habitat are the amoeba, the tilapia fish, the water lily plant, the catfish, etc. They will be found in the river, pond, stream, lakes, etc. Let's continue. The marine habitat. This is an aquatic habitat that contains much salt, that is, that high salinity, that high salt content. Examples are oceans and seas. If you taste the water of the ocean water, you will notice that it is salty, it has high salt content. So it belongs to the marine habitat. Examples of organisms that stay there are the whales, octopuses, shark, etc. They are always found inside salt water, that is marine water. Terrestrial habitat. This is a habitat found on land. Plants and animals live here. Other habitats, plants and animals also live here. But terrestrial habitat, this is the habitat found on land. Like if you take a good look at the cow, it is found on land. It belongs to what? Terrestrial habitat. If you look at the grasslands here, they are found on land, they belong to the terrestrial habitat. If you look at the tree here, the forest, they are found on land, they belong to the terrestrial habitat. Examples of terrestrial habitat are forest, grasslands, desert, etc. Look at the grassland there, look at the forest, they are all examples of terrestrial habitat. The nature of terrestrial habitat depends on the climatic conditions of that environment. If you move from one part of the terrestrial habitat to another part, there might be slight difference or big difference. But what causes this difference is just the nature, the climatic condition. That is maybe the temperature level, the rainfall, the soil, so on and so forth. So those are the properties that determines the nature of terrestrial habitat. There are many terrestrial habitats. Some examples are the reptiles such as snakes, lizards, insects such as ants, cockroaches, grasshoppers, worms such as earthworms, roundworms, the birds such as fowls, the turkey, the mammals such as cow. They are all found on land. That is, they belong to the terrestrial habitat. They are terrestrial animals. Arboreal habitat. This is a habitat above ground level where animals that fly in the air or live on trees are found. E.g., if you look at the monkey, it's found on the tree. They mostly stay on the tree. They can be found on the land sometimes, but they are all mostly on the tree or in the air. Examples of these animals are bats, squirrels, butterflies, monkey, etc. They are always found on the tree. They live in the tree or air. They belong to the arboreal habitat. Adaptations of organisms to their environment. First one is adaptation. Adaptations are the changes in the structure or behavior of a living organism which enables it to survive in a particular environment. From the word adapt, it is what makes something to survive in a particular place or environment. So this adaptation, this is when an organism just possess some structures or behavior, some physics that will make it survive in a particular environment. These structures that this organism contains are called adaptive features. Adaptive features enables plants and animals to survive in their habitat. E.g., let's take a good look at fish. It contains the gills which helps it to breathe in water. The fins and the streamlined pores also assist it in swimming in water. These are some of its adaptive features that allows it to survive inside the water, inside the aquatic habitat. Web feet of a toad or frog for swimming. The toad or frog, they have web feet which help them in swimming in water. If you take a good look at the diagram here, you can see the web feet of the toad. It helps it to swim in water. Claws of lizard which enables it to climb. If you look at the claw of the lizard here, it helps it to climb trees and wall. Differences between aquatic and terrestrial plants. Aquatic habitats. They have poorly developed roots. They will surely have poorly developed roots because the root is used to absorb water from the soil, but they're already covered with water. They don't need to absorb much water again, so they will have poorly developed roots. The terrestrial habitat, they have to absorb water from the soil. They have well developed roots that will help them to absorb continuous water. They have well developed roots for the continual absorption of water from the soil. Terrestrial habitat. Another difference, aquatic habitat dey have poorly developed supporting systems. Since water serves as support for them, they are already surrounded by water, water support serves as support for them, so therefore they have poorly developed supporting system. But for the terrestrial plants, they have well developed tissues for absorbing water, that is e.g. the vascular xylem for conducting water. The vascular xylem helps them to conduct water from the root to the leaves of plants. They have well developed tissues for absorbing water. Differences between aquatic and terrestrial animals. Aquatic animals, terrestrial animals. Aquatic animals breathe through their gills, as we said earlier, because it's part of their adaptive features. The gills help them, the aquatic animals, the fishes, to breathe in water. Terrestrial animals, look at the lion here, that is a terrestrial animal. It breathes through lungs in vertebrate. It breathes through lungs because it's a vertebrate, and the trachea in insects are used for breathing. The aquatic animal, water support the body mass of large aquatic animals. Yes, you can see water supports the body mass. But for the terrestrial animals, they have developed supporting system, the skeleton, which supports the body weight, the weight of the body. Curve the skeleton, they can also move. Movement is made easy through the use of fins due to their streamlined bodies. As I said earlier, in the adaptive features of fishes in water, they have streamlined bodies. The body is streamlined, it helps it to move in water. But for the terrestrial animal, the lion, it has jointed limbs and limbs in vertebrates, that the limbs, the hand, the legs helps it to move and grab things. Let's continue. So our questions for today: birds lives in dash habitat. Snakes and lizards are example of animals that live in the habitat are called. Another name for brackish water is freshwater. Marine brackish water are examples of. Gills of fishes are used for. Dash enables the lizard to climb up. Thanks for listening. We shall continue the rest of the topic in our next class. Thank you.